Oh, dice.
Good morning. Welcome to Damage Does D&D in our as yet unnamed campaign, episode 6. So I will turn you across to our master DM, Martin.
Good morning, all. So last time, with the pack of creatures, carnivorous pack hunter creatures, bearing down on the village of Miles, plans were being made. Walls erected, a half-assed attempt at building a ditch, digging a ditch. Mazdak had gone back to the capital to ask for some help. All that Mage Lucrezia could offer was a bag, which Mazdak took and went back to the village. In the bag, there was a great sword that Sasha happily took, which seemed to have some sort of switchblade effect. There was a pair of nice rainbow-coloured boots. The bag itself was a bag of holding, and there were three little pearls, one of which already contained a spell, and two empty ones that the spellcasters could use to put a spell in, with the pearls acting kind of like a scroll that anyone could use, except the spell immediately went off wherever the pearl was broken. So the night came around and all defences were prepared, and then there was a testing attack from the east, and those four creatures were killed. And there was a second testing attack from the south, in which 8 more were defeated. And then another 20 of them came from the west, and the fight really began. Most of the defences were situated on the roofs, firing arrows down, coordinated by the party. Some of the creatures dove into buildings to try and escape the rain of arrows from above, and there were some casualties from the civilians hiding in the buildings. But the fight went on for a while, and eventually they were all defeated and peace reigned. But there was somebody who came from the northwest of town to get the party to see if they could help with something, which is where we finished. So that's where we pick up. This one of the civilian defenders, one of the militia or whatever, had come from the north of town to grab you guys, to rush you back. And that's what he's doing. He shouted, called you, and started ushering back to the north of town.
Okay. I'll follow.
Yep.
So it takes you through the streets, back to a building that Mazdak had ordered people to go into to defeat the creatures that had gone into the building. And as you enter, you can see... Didn't close that. You can see that there are a couple of bodies on the floor of the townsfolk, but more what the guy is gesturing to is a woman that is sat on the floor, just holding what seems to be the body of a child. And she is just clutching him, holding him close, crying out. She's some of the words that you get through the tears is that she's cursing Vastro for taking her son. Vastro, as Dalen would know, is the god of death.
Yes, my god.
Right, okay, cool.
I'll go and crouch down next to the woman and try and soothe her a little bit, and say, Vastro, do not curse him. does not take your child. He cares for them after the wheel has turned. He will look after your child.
She doesn't pay any attention to this.
Dalen, perhaps some sort of healing would be best. Perhaps.
I have none left.
Okay. I'd take the pearl out with Revivify and just attempt to use it on the child.
Okay.
I don't know anything about this, so
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm too late or if it will work. I just...
Yeah.
Mazdak's tap.
It's difficult to know the time that has passed since this has happened. So let's roll a D100.
Can I assist by closing my eyes and praying to Bastro to allow this to happen?
What are you going to say to Vastro? Give me a religion check and tell me what you're going to say to Vastro.
Religion check. 13 for the religion check.
Okay.
And I'll say, Lord, this child needs to come back. These people need to heal. They have lost many tonight. Please let this work.
Very good. What did you get on your...
82.
Okay. Well, with the assistance of Dalen, just in case you get higher, roll it a second time. We'll sort of give advantage on a... Not sure I've ever seen advantage on a D100. But
You're the god.
I'm here for it. No, I rolled lower, 38.
well, so Dalen had gone over and knelt down and tried to comfort this woman. Mazdak comes over with this pearl of divination and just gently breaks it on the boy's chest. With a little resistance from the mother, but she's only barely aware. This goes through okay. There's a pause where nothing happens. Dalen, you get a feeling, just as you start to doubt that this is going to work, you get a feeling of life of the innocent. And the boy takes a breath. And he's back.
I wasn't sure that would work, but it certainly seems to. I don't. Cool. Okay. Good. That's very good.
You did well, Mazda.
Oh yes, of course. Thank you. But yes.
I'll put my hand on the woman's head and say, Bastro has seen fit to give your child another chance. Ensure that this child makes the best of its opportunities.
And she's up on her feet. She's basically sort of bear hugging him. His feet are off the ground. And she's just, thank you.
Yeah, of course.
The sheriff wanders over. Says, I really appreciate that. That was... You didn't need to do that, but...
Well, I think we
You-
probably
you
did need to do that.
You have saved many lives today.
How could we not do that?
You're good people.
Thank you. I think so.
Well, I think we all need a rest. Make sure that there's some watches kept up on the roofs, just to make sure that there's no latecomers. But you should get some rest.
I think that's
Yes,
a very
I
good
think
idea.
we need some.
It's 3 a.m. at this point.
Okay. Bivnox, I didn't get a chance to give you these earlier. And it pulled out of the bag, holding a pair of boots. And give
What
them
are
to
they?
you. Well, we decided that you would be the best person to have these boots.
The colour's a bit weird.
Yes, but it's a very good colour for you, I think.
Okay.
It's many colours.
Yeah, there's lots of colours. They're very pretty.
It's not very camouflage, is it? But okay.
And they are dimension boots. You can find them in
Ooh.
D&D Beyond. I will remove them from
As long as
my-
you've got homebrew stuff on, because this is a homebrew thing.
Yeah. Check that. Dimension boots, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I will remove them from my inventory.
Turn homebrew on.
All of those things that I had, I haven't got any of them left apart from the bag. I've used everything.
That's very Mazdak though.
It is very
Get shiny.
magic.
Ready straight away.
Yep,
Just wanted to empty the bag so he could put his books in it.
pretty much.
Very well, let us retire and get some rest.
Yes, quite.
If there are any, well, in the morning, if there's any more willing participants, we should finish off the defences around the north-west and the west of the village, just in case.
Yeah, so we'll make our way back to our assigned house.
Yeah. Not a problem. House is as it was. There was no damage done to your particular house.
I'll drift back from the group, and when they're not looking, I want to just try and get some dirt off the ground and try and dirty up these boots a little bit. So they stand out a bit too much.
Not a problem. Not a problem. It's been raining for 24 hours, so there's plenty of.
Yeah, I'll put a layer of mud over them.
It's still raining as well, but yeah.
When I get into the house and take my book out and sort of stare at it, not open, just stare at it for a bit, and then really quickly just flick it to the back page
Okay.
just to see if there's anything in there.
No, it's blank at the moment.
Okay, and I'll sort of close it again and just open it again just to see,
It's still blank.
and then I will just.
But there's a little sketch of a middle finger.
How rude. Okay. I still haven't found Jakoto.
You're not gonna. Do I see him do this?
Yeah, I'm not hiding it. I'm just sort of trying to sneak up on the book to see if there's anything happening.
Why are you looking for him in a book? Do you not remember if you wrote his name down?
Well, I just wanted to see if there was. I'm studying.
You're always studying.
Well, quite. There's always things to learn.
Okay.
But if
You did good work today. Just
Thank you.
know that.
Thank you, Bivnox. That's very kind of you.
But I
Yeah.
would suggest not jumping down into a street and facing off multiple dinosaurs. You are
well, yes, I did kind of. I think I made a slight error in judgment there. I possibly should not have done that, but it seemed like the
take
thing
it as a lesson.
It seemed like the thing to do at the time, but perhaps in hindsight, this was a not a great thing to do.
Maybe in our next lesson we'll do some situational awareness and weighing up the odds.
Okay, yes, that sounds interesting. Certainly.
Your lessons of things that you can't learn in books will continue.
Oh,
I mean,
check, guys.
yeah, I will sit and study my book for sort of half an hour, and then basically, because I'm so tired, look at my book, look at just face down into book, and just be asleep.
I'm just going to bed.
Yep.
And while I sleep, I'm just going to move some stuff.
If he falls asleep with his head in the book, can I try and look at the book again?
You can certainly try.
I think I got a natural one last time I tried.
Are you going to try and take it from him, or just peer around the back of his head?
I'll just try and pull the book away, and if he was to wake up, I'll do it under the pretext of I'm trying to, put him to bed and keep him comfortable.
Okay. Make a sleight of hand check.
Good at those. 14.
See?
My passive perception is 12.
Yeah, well, that's it. I'll leave it up to you whether you think this would wake you or not.
I mean, Mazdak's very, very precious about his books. I would think somebody trying to take his book would wake him up, but
Okay.
I mean, there's a possibility that it won't. Depending how tired I am, I can roll a d20 see if I can beat the 14
Yeah,
Disadvantage.
let's do that.
with perception with disadvantage or
Yeah. Do that.
perception is 9. I'm
Nine.
very
Okay.
tired.
You are absolutely exhausted. I'm always happy to let you guys just make decisions like that, but if you're not sure, dice rolls can always.
Yes, I wasn't sure whether he'd be too tired
Yeah.
to.
I'm very comfortable in your role-playing abilities to make good
Cool.
decisions in that.
Thank you.
But with the 9 on perception, then no, you're absolutely exhausted. Bivnox, you can very gently just rest his head back and slide the book away.
I'm just going to flick through the book, just see what's in there. Curiosity. Not really looking for anything. I don't really know what I'm looking at, to be honest.
Yeah. Mazdak, which book were you reading? What's in there? What might you say?
That's my special book that the lady gave me. So, and then I all of a sudden had access to the library and stuff like that. So I'm not sure what language it's in. I can read it, but I don't know if anybody else can. To me, it just looks like, a mixture of the languages that I can read. It's very strange. There are some passages that I don't understand at all, but I haven't figured them out yet, obviously. And of course, towards the back of the book, it's blank.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do next, actually. Because I've seen him do that thing where he stares at the book for a bit and then opens the last page. So I'm just going to shut the book, look at it for a bit, look at Mazdak, go, fine, and then just quickly open it to the last page.
So I've just checked. The language that it's written in, you don't understand, Bivnox.
Okay.
On the last page, you see this.
Yeah, you flick to the back page. There's nothing.
In books. And then I'll just put the book on his lap.
I would
And
imagine
then
Mazdak, as soon as his book's on his lap, he just sort of reach a hand out to it and just close his fingers round the book.
Yeah, and I'll sort of just make sure there's a pillow and put a pillow behind his head to make sure he sleeps all right.
Very good. And then are you going to head to bed, or you?
Yeah.
No one sticking on the roof. I'll say Sasha's gone to bed. But, okay. Well, by the time you guys get to sleep, it's past 4 a.m. So the night passes okay. You can all take a long rest.
Yay!
Phew.
Slots.
It's 10, 11 o'clock before you guys wake up.
Okay.
Unless anyone is particularly sensitive to the rising sun and think that that would wake you, but
Nope.
Yeah, I think
it's
we
been an exhausting day. And when you do wake up, there's very little activity going on outside. The whole town's in a bit of a sleep, rest, recover. So it's up to you what you do next.
I think Dalen would, after getting some breakfast, would go out and try and round up people to try and finish these defences off around the rest of the town.
And that's already begun to happen.
Right. And
But
just
yeah.
work on that, sort of helping people,
You can certainly
trees and all the rest of it.
So yeah, at some point the sheriff catches you. Again, thank you so much for your assistance here. You saved a lot of lives. After a final count, it seems like we lost 13 people. It would have been 14 if it wasn't for you last night. But that was still considerably less than it could have been. If you want to stick around, we could throw a bit of a celebration tonight in your honor.
I think we need to not be too can't think of the right word.
Celebratory.
Yes, that's the word.
Celebratory. Yes.
Just in case we have another attack this evening.
Good
We
point.
need to keep an eye out. We need to keep the people alert and on watch. I know it's good to celebrate. Maybe we can do something in the afternoon, but without alcohol.
I have a question. We are there? I know you are, but are there like other hunter types that can track and investigate, just to see if there are any threats nearby?
Yeah, we can go out and do a little scouting. Yeah.
Because that
Yeah,
seems
there's-
to me quite a good thing to do, because then we would know if there is a possibility of imminent attack, or if it's going to come from further away, which gives us
Yeah.
more time.
Yep, that makes sense to me. We should make sure that our surroundings are known to us.
Okay.
The other thing that I think is worth checking out is the other village on the island. They're the other side of the mountain. There's the village of Almeda, which would also be worth making sure they're okay.
Didn't you say that was 2 days travel away or something?
Well, I would be happy to give you the horses that you rode on yesterday.
How long
You,
did it
you
take
can
to get
you
those?
can make it in a day.
Oh,
Okay. Bivnox, do you think that's a good plan?
Yeah. I mean, is this included in our fee or just checking?
we're getting a daily rate, remember? So the amount of days we're here, we get paid for.
Well, I'm more than happy.
So maybe we can finish the fortifications here, have a little celebration, and then as long as we are safe overnight, we'll leave first thing in the morning for the other village.
Perfect. Yeah. Great. Well, take the day then. If you want to assist with finishing the wall, we can definitely get it done today.
Yeah, I will.
But if you just want to put your feet up, I'd be fine with that.
No, I can assist with things.
Okay, thank you.
Happy to help.
Bivnox, perhaps you'd care to accompany me on scouting the area.
Can teach you a few things, I'm sure.
I'm sure you could.
And you could teach me a few things. I'm not adverse to learning some things.
Sounds good. Always get a second opinion. So yeah, the day is yours. You can help finish up the wall. We can do a
Montage.
Montage.
oh shit. Where's my Rocky music?
Mm.
Yeah, Bivnox, you go out with the sheriff, going and looking around sort of east and southern sides. You send off another group to the sort of north, all around that area. While you're out there, you see much of what you saw the other day when you went out in this direction. Lots of sort of smallish groups of large herbivorous creatures, a couple of sort of solo hunters, which just are focused entirely on those large, picking off larger creatures. There does not seem to be signs of another large-scale pack-style attack.
Yeah.
It's the possibility you think that one of those large creatures might fancy their chances, but with the defences that they're putting up and the training that the town has now received under the guidance of your group, you think that they'll be comfortable fending those off. Meanwhile, in the town, the wall gets finished. A bit more of the ditch gets dug, and the town's seeming happier with the defences that are in place. And then the food starts coming out. There's a little bit of alcohol that comes out.
Is it barbecue dinosaur?
It's lots of different meats that you've never even heard of before. And yeah, the barbecued dinosaurs.
Nice. I will happily partake of the barbecued dinosaur.
Yep.
And have some water. But Mazdak's decided he really doesn't like beer.
Fair enough.
But my book is basically I have an awakened spell book now. So my book is slightly different, slightly changed.
Okay.
It doesn't do anything strange. It's not alive, but it's my spellcasting focus is now my book, and I can do a couple of different things with it.
Does it look different?
No, looks the same.
Doesn't go boo when you open it.
No. Well, it
Well, it
might.
didn't
I
last
don't know.
night.
If I flick to the back, it might. It might. But yeah, I can. When I was studying today, I suddenly discover that I can create a quill in my hand.
Cool.
Ah, excellent. You see, look, Bivnox, look, watch this. And a quill appears in my hand. Isn't that clever?
It's useful.
Yes. And watch. And I open my book to a blank page, not the back, and write in red ink my name, and then disappear it, reappear it, and write in blue ink. You see? How useful is that? That's amazing. And,
I like the fact that you can do like quite powerful magic, and this is the thing that causes you
And-
happiness.
even better, watch. And I just wave the feather part of the quill over the words that I've written, and they vanish.
Ooh.
Boop, and the quill's gone. Gloop.
Well done.
I remember having one of those pens as a kid.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
you got like 4 clickable.
Clickers, yeah.
And you try and put all the buttons down at the same time.
Damn it, yeah.
And break
And they
it.
just wedge in the bottom.
Yeah. and you have to take it to bits to fix it. And
All the pencils with lots of little pencils, and take one at the bottom and put it in the top.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. I'm sure Kim's still got all of those things.
Absolutely.
Sorry, Grumpy Bear to you Twitch people.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm quite happy sort of playing with my book and my quill and eating dinosaur.
Yeah, I'll eat a bit of dinosaur. Probably have just one ale, not overboard.
Yeah, just have 1 or 2 beers and several kebabs, dinosaur kebabs.
There's all sorts of stuff. As you know, the village here is sort of about the conservation of the local wildlife, but they also do hunt and sell the meat of rare creatures that live around the area.
Yeah.
A lot of what you've seen when you visited, what was the other town? Can't remember what it's called. The foodie town.
The foodie place.
Yeah. The name escapes me at the moment, but
I'll put it up here. Lubria.
Lubria. Yes. Yeah. A lot of the sort of rarer meats that you'd have seen in Lubria probably came from here. So these guys know how to prepare meat ready for good consumption.
I'll do my usual tracker thing. I'll take like bits of cloth and I'll put some meat in and tie up bundles for people for on the road, just chunks of meat.
Absolutely, there is absolutely spare meat. Although the bodies of the creatures that you fought have been sort of removed and taken into cold storage and stuff, there's no way people are going to stop you from taking it. It will spoil before they go.
I'll dish them out to other people and say this is for the road. Not for now, for the road.
Okay. I'll carefully place it in the bag of holding.
The bag of holding is a sort of cold storage, isn't it? Doesn't it keep stuff a bit fresher than outside?
Yeah, I think in another campaign we looked at this.
Yeah. Bag of holding.
Yeah.
Bag of holding, yeah.
So yeah. Cool. Well, that evening comes to a close. There were a few speeches from people, mostly just sort of talking about the people that were lost during the battle. Lots of thanking of you guys. A few people indulging a little too much in the beverages, but generally a good time had.
Excellent.
You're going to stay there for another night and head off in the morning.
Yeah.
Is that the plan?
Quite happy to take a turn at a watch.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Well, we won't spend a million years on it, but the 4 of you will sort of take turns doing a watch, climbing up to the roof. All the ladders are still in play because they're probably going to be needed by the town for that very purpose. It's quiet. The rain finally stops. The viewing distance is decent enough, and you can see that there's nothing really going on.
Cool.
And you get through to the morning and ready for the next adventure.
Okay.
The sheriff comes by, thanks you, leads you off, shows you to the horses. If you end up in Almeda and you teleport away, just leave the horses there under the care. Someone will bring them back eventually. Or if you stay on the island or find a way to keep the horses, they're yours.
Is there a teleport in Almeda?
Yeah, there's teleports in all the towns.
Can we not just teleport there?
You could. The teleporter here goes back to the capital, so you'd need to bounce from the capital to the other town.
That would be a lot quicker, would it not?
It would be quicker, but I tend to find getting out on the road, as it were,
Yeah.
We should.
You find out a lot more.
We
Yeah,
should
maybe.
go by horseback, because then we will know what exactly the problems are that surround Almeida, and if we just teleport there, we won't know, and they won't know we're coming either. So if we just appear in the middle of the village, they might get have a bad reaction, shall we say?
How do you feel about having your own horse this time, Master?
Well, sure, yes. That,
It's not far. I'm sure you can cope.
I'm sure it will be fine.
I mean, you won't be able to read. That's the main
Oh,
issue.
right, okay. Well, I didn't realise I wouldn't be able to read, so perhaps I
Well,
could...
you can try. It'll be entertaining to watch.
Okay,
Have a go.
I will.
And I find him the smallest and most tame looking, friendliest horse in the world.
You, while you definitely could read while on horseback, these are very well trained, but they're not aware of the height of the rider, so they're willing to go under trees, and you might get
I'm very
branched.
small.
You are very small, but the horses are
Okay.
smaller when you're on the back.
Now,
Hey,
horses don't
hey,
change
you can
size
try
when
if you
get
want.
on. Do they?
He's talking about the relative distance from the back of the horse to the top of its head.
Oh, I see. I did wonder that perhaps it was some sort of weird side effect that the horse got smaller as you got on, which wouldn't make any sense, really.
No, none whatsoever.
Oh,
Just
No,
get
I-
on the horse, Master.
Oh,
when
yeah.
when you're on the back of the horse, you're further off the ground than its head is.
I see what
So
you mean
it
now.
will go under things.
And I might not. I see. I
You might
understand.
not.
Yes. Okay.
That is a problem I have because
Yes.
I'm so
Well,
tall.
very good.
Quite tall. Yes.
Anyway, feel free to pick out your horses, and
I'll just get on whatever one Biff Knox tells me is mine.
I'll get on the biggest.
Yeah. Again, I'll get on one that's slightly too big for me. Just
Okay.
you got a short person complex or something.
yeah.
Right. So,
Okay.
how'd you make them go?
Is it not in your book?
I don't have a book on horse riding or
Maybe we
animal
should pick you up
husbandry.
one. Maybe next time we're back in the
Absolutely.
city.
Yes, I could pop back to the library and
No,
get.
not yet.
Oh, okay.
Just try giving it a little kick. Just a little kick and a
Hold on
tap.
to the reins,
Kick
grip it with your knees, and just tap it with your heels.
Wait. So tapping or kicking?
Tapping. Tap it with your heels, hold tight with your knees, and hold onto the reins. You steer it with the reins.
For you, it's the same thing, really. You're not that strong.
Okay. I will put my book in the bag of holding and pick up the reins and try and do everything that they said and tap really gently with my heels on the horse.
Make an animal handling check then.
That's just really good. 17.
Well, yeah. It just kind of goes, okay, doop, 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 and starts just trotting.
See, you're natural.
I'm doing it. Well, rather, the horse is doing it. So, yes.
Very good. Well, take care. Is anyone else comfortable with horses?
Yeah. I'm not the best horse rider in the world because I'm so big, but
Yeah.
I'm comfortable with it.
Yeah, I think I would have ridden them occasionally. Not frequently. I'm more of a on my own 2 feet kind of guy.
Fine. Yeah. Oh yeah, James, you were on a massive Shetland, weren't you?
Yeah, I have the large Shetland pony here.
Biggest Shetland pony ever.
Okay, so you begin trotting off. Sasha is, of course, the most comfortable on horseback. and has no problems. And you start moving off, and you move sort of to the southeast because there's a big mountain in the middle. And you get moving, and sort of the half a day goes by, and you sort of get to the point where you'd previously got to the extent of where you'd seen the tribe out here.
Are they still there, or can we see them or hear them?
If you're gonna get closer to their vicinity, you can move up, and yeah, they're still around.
Right. Don't want to interact with them. Just wanted to see if they're still there.
Does Mazdak want to interact though?
Mazdak's concentrating very hard on steering, and he hasn't realised yet, but he doesn't know how to stop the horse. Because he didn't think to ask that. He knows that you steer it with the reins because he was told, and he knows how to make it go. That's it. So yeah, he's far too busy sort of working out how to steer and read a book at the same time. So he's not quite brave enough to try it yet, but he's figuring it out.
I'll be bringing up the rear, so I won't be making a decision.
Fair enough. You move on by then, and you keep going. You don't know exactly where the village is, although some or all of you may have seen it on a map, so you kind of know roughly where you're going. Yeah, your best bet is to follow the mountain round, or the bottom of the mountain round. There is a river that comes down from the mountain and passes through the village, which you would have seen on the map. And your best bet is probably just to find that river and follow it towards the sea.
Yeah. So, of course, keeping an eye out for threats on the way as well.
Yeah. Okay, well, make a perception check. And anyone else that is...
Yeah, I'll be doing that from the back.
Oof.
Ooh, natural 20.
11. Glad you were looking.
23.
23. Cool. So, as you sort of move over into the eastern side of the island, you can see that the wildlife changes a little bit. There's less of the rare creatures that you saw on the west, and it's more sort of just common bears and wolves and things that you see sort of mountainside, and there's grazing animals on the grassland side, the south of it. The dinosaurs there, very much the same that you saw on the other side. You don't see any more big packs of anything.
Okay.
But there's plenty of the dinosaurs. Nothing that looks like a huge threat. Very much the odd large carnivore just hunting large herbivores.
Yeah.
But as you continue round the southern side of the mountain, heading up to the eastern side of it, off in the distance, you can see the river. And as you approach that, we'll keep the perception check going because it was good. You think you see a couple of little huts, more at the foot of the mountain by the river.
So that's not the village, just a couple of huts.
That's just a couple of huts.
Sure.
Reminiscent of the small buildings that you'd have seen from the tribe that you went past. That you saw.
We could approach, but cautiously, and spy them from afar.
Okay. Well,
Time of day is it? How long we travel?
so it's probably 4-ish in the afternoon, maybe 5.
Okay. We've still got plenty of light.
Yeah.
Do you want to investigate again?
I think we should. If there's a threat there, we need to know about it.
What are we investigating?
There's some huts by the river that are like the...
Okay.
No, wait, stop.
He doesn't know how to stop. He's just turned the horse towards the huts.
Pull both reins together
Why would I do that?
to stop the horse.
But we're going over there.
No, we're going to investigate carefully from a distance.
Oh, I see.
Could be
Okay.
a threat.
And I will try and stop the horse.
Okay, give us another animal handling. See how well that goes.
Please be bad.
8. You pull back and it sort of shimmies one way and then the other, and he's quite happy trotting.
Okay.
You just keep going.
I'll just go in front
I
of
must
him and
have done
try
it
and
wrong.
steer the horse off.
Yeah, okay, well, with the huge mount of Dalen steering in front, your horse does stop.
Oh, that's how you stop it. I see. Okay.
Moving
You'll
from
get used to it.
Makes a mental note to ride the horse into another horse to stop.
a bigger horse.
Yeah, a bigger horse, obviously.
Always a bigger horse. Yeah. Last time you were on the horse, you were trying to communicate with it, which I think is how you go last time.
Yeah.
Just remember that. But so you all stop in at a reasonable distance. Are you going to go on foot up to the village?
Yeah, secure the horses and just go close to the village and say to Mazdak, this time, don't go and try and talk to them unless we know it is safe.
Okay.
You don't want to get eaten.
No, I don't want to get eaten, but I think it is important to reach out and communicate with people.
If these are another tribe like the last one, they will try and eat you.
Well, yes, possibly, but I think I don't know what I did wrong.
Yes, you spoke.
Yes, what I should have done was spoke in their mind.
That would have freaked them out even more.
No, they would have been fine. I'm sure I could have convinced them not to eat me. Probably.
At this point, Dalen just wants to sort of push him into the ground.
Are you going to?
No.
I will dutifully follow behind Dalen.
Okay.
Okay, so get to within a reasonable distance and just see what we can see when we get there.
Okay, well, let's see what you can see from a reasonable distance. If you all want to make perception checks.
Oh, natural 20 for 26.
I got a 20, dirty 20.
Wow, okay.
18.
18. All very good. You all see it immediately. Everyone's dead.
Oh,
Even from this far out, you can see the bodies on the floor, arrows sticking out of them.
are these cavemen type bodies?
Yes, they look like just a split tribe from the last.
And the arrows and what have you, they didn't have bows and arrows, did they? The last ones we saw, they just had like wooden spears.
Spears, yeah.
So it looks like the village have dealt with these people.
Do the arrows look like the arrows we've been using and any other?
Well, are you moving up closer to it then?
Oh yeah, it would do. Yeah, if we see they're all dead, we'd go up and have a look and see if there's like sword marks and what have you to show it's metalled weapons.
Okay. You see exactly that. The arrows, the crossbow bolts, the any piercing or stabbing wounds that you can see very clearly of sort of the normal civilized people that you have dealt with. And yes, your assumption that the village have dealt with them that still makes sense to you.
That is maybe unnecessary, but we do not know the reasons.
I'm pretty sure they won't be eating anyone.
No, not today. Right, let's carry on to the village then.
If anyone's getting close enough to any of the bodies to make an investigation check.
Yeah, absolutely. investigation.
Bitoxian staying at a distance, or are you?
Yeah, I'm gonna just make sure that nothing's approaching us, so
Yeah.
we're not gonna get surprised.
16.
16. Yeah, when you get up just to inspect closely the wounds that one of these creatures had suffered, you were also up close to the last tribe that you saw,
Yep.
and you spot the difference that these people just look a little grayer, and on the neck of the one you're looking at, you can see a few sort of black pustule things on its neck,
Look, David.
which
This,
doesn't look.
this doesn't
healthy.
look very good. Perhaps they were ill.
What are you talking
Well,
about,
look
Matt?
here. Look, the black pustules.
Oh, don't touch those.
Oh. I've already sort of poked it.
I'm going to have to cut your hand off now.
Please don't do that.
How hard did you poke?
Just gently sort of touch it to see, because it was different from the grey skin, sort of the black.
Yeah. It doesn't. You don't pierce the pustule.
Oh, if he's not popped it, then I'll just drag him back and say, do not touch them.
Yes, perhaps they are unwell.
They look like they have a disease.
Well, obviously they are dead, but perhaps maybe we should do something. Perhaps it is contagious.
Yes, perhaps it is, which is why you shouldn't touch it.
Yes, but I'm thinking maybe we should.
Burn them.
Well, I was thinking perhaps that.
Yes. Are they all in a pile or are they all spread out?
They're all spread out.
I don't want to touch them. We should leave them and move on.
Okay.
If that is contagious, we will have to move them all to put them into a pile to burn them.
That's a very good point. I hadn't thought of that.
Let us move on.
Okay.
And I suggest you go and wash your hands thoroughly in that river before you touch your horse.
Okay. Just sort of run across to the river and start washing.
Fair enough. You can do that. With that done, are you mounting back up and following the stream down?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's another 45, 60 minutes before you get to the town downstream. But there you make it to the town.
Is it walled or fortified in any way?
Nope.
There's been no attempt to make any defences.
There doesn't appear to be, no.
Did we happen to see any signs of the messenger that the sheriff sent? Because he said he'd sent a messenger the day before, didn't he? Did we see any sign of sound of him?
That was a detail I entirely forgot about. Yeah, he made it. He's fine.
All right. So, right into the village.
Right on in.
Right.
Okay, well, there's a couple of roads that sort of follow the sides of the river. And there's a couple of sort of ramshackle bridges that cross over. You can see there are a couple of eateries, resteries. If you wanted to go and get something to eat and rest up.
I'd just grab someone and say, "Where is your sheriff?"
Probably in his office. It's that way.
Office. Whichever way they pointed you.
Over there.
Thank you.
He's a bit like, whoa. You're an intimidating guy as it is, and you just grabbed someone and shouted a question at them.
Often works best.
Okay. Bye. Scampers off down an alley.
I will, because the DM reminded me, telepathically ask the horse when we get there to please stop if you would. That would be amazing. Thank you.
that seems to work better for you.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it certainly understands the concept of stop as a verbal command.
Perfect.
But there are a few hitching posts around, sort of towards the edge of town. If you wanted it,
Yeah. I mean, I'll just say to the horse, if you wouldn't mind just staying here, there's some water over there, and I think we can get... Biff Knox,
Yeah.
is there food for horses?
Well, we normally let other people take care of that.
Oh,
Maybe this could be part of your teaching, and I'll lead him over to the hitching post in the stable. Now, you're going to talk to this man, and you're going to arrange for the horses to be looked after. It's good for you
Okay.
to interact with people rather than books.
right. Okay.
Off you go.
Excuse me, sir. Madam or neuter, whichever. Is there anybody sort of around?
there is a little face that pops up. Hello.
Hello. My name's Mazdak. Hello.
Oh, hi.
We have some horses. Do you have any food for them?
Yes.
Perfect. Could
It's just a little girl, little human girl.
okay. Is it you I speak to arrange feeding and looking after the horses?
You can talk to me. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Thank you. I'm Mazdak. This is my horse. I don't know his name. I didn't ask. That's very rude of me. And telepathically, I will just inquire as to the horse's name.
It
Do you have
doesn't.
a name at all? Perhaps not.
You
Okay.
you kind of hear back a. Nothing that
Yeah. So,
translates.
his name is Brrr, apparently. So that's what he told me. So if you could look after him and his friends, I point to the other horses.
We should give him a name. What about Pickles?
Let's just look at the horse. He does look a little bit like a Pickles, doesn't he? And I'll sort of pat the horse. Well done, Pickles. You're very good. This young lady will take you and look after you and give you some food and water. And I will sort of mentally project the image of the little girl feeding Pickles to see if that works.
Okay. No, what was I meant to? Oh,
Do you need some money?
money. Yeah.
Right, okay. And I'll give
I've
her...
been told off for forgetting that before.
There's 4 horses. I'll give her 4 gold. Is that enough?
Yes.
Okay. Excellent. And I'll turn back to Biv Knox and just go, it's all arranged.
You're
This
sure
young-
that
This young
that-
lady
that
is going to take care of all of the horses and feed them and make sure that they're very happy. Also, my horse is called Pickles.
Okay. Did you just checking? I'm sure you have done this.
Mm-hmm.
You established that girl you spoke to actually worked for the stables. You
Absolutely,
didn't
yes.
just give our horses to a random girl. that
No,
you
no,
met.
she works here. She is the person to speak to about looking after horses.
You're definitely sure about that.
Absolutely.
I trust you. Well done.
Excellent.
How much did you pay, just so?
4.
4.
Mm.
4 silver. Pretty
Yeah.
good deal.
Mm.
You're doing well.
No, it was 4 gold. It's quite expensive.
4
I don't know,
gold.
is that expensive? I'm not sure.
Oh well, it's your money. And
So the horses are dealt with. Are you going up to
Van Dalen.
sheriff's?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, you wander across one of the bridges down to where the startled person pointed to, and there's a building labelled sheriff's office or whatever they're called.
Okay, I'm just going to drag my book out.
Okay, go in. Just
Do it in.
open the door and walk straight in.
Okay.
Yeah, I will follow, but I'm just going to sort of... reading my book, I'm not really interested in this bit.
Hello. Can I help you?
It's weird because Sasha's usually the mouthpiece.
She is. you'll have to deal with after today.
Yes, you are the sheriff?
No, I just work here. Should I get the sheriff?
Yes, please.
Is it urgent?
Yes, please.
Okay. And she wanders off into an office and then comes out with an elven-looking fella.
You are the sheriff?
Yes. Can I help you with something?
We've been sent by the Council of Mages to offer support with the attacks that have been happening from the new strange creatures and such.
Oh, okay. Very good. We were all a little startled by the appearance of them a few days ago. We haven't had much trouble with them. We've got a number of hunters in the village. We get hunters in, tourist thing, and they seem to have just dealt with things as they have caused us problems.
That is good. The other village had a lot more problems, shall we say.
Oh dear, are they okay?
They are. There's been a few casualties, but we took care of the problem.
Very good. Well done. Yes, we don't need that sort of service around here. We've been dealing with it ourselves, but while you're here, feel free to rest up.
We came across a small encampment up the stream of people that obviously weren't here before, that had been killed. Was that your doing?
People that have been killed upstream. What do you mean they weren't here before?
When the preachers arrived, also some humanoid arrived at the same time.
Oh, I had no idea. But you say they've been killed?
Yes, with modern weapons.
One of our hunting parties, I'm sure, thought it was good sport.
Well,
They did seem to have maybe some sort of disease as well. So I want to be very careful that whoever did this is not infected.
put my book away. Yes, there were large black pustules on them. I did poke one, but it didn't burst. And then, don't worry, I've completely sanitized everything. So basically, it looks as though it may be. Dalen thinks it was possibly contagious, but we decided not to gather all the bodies together into a funeral pyre because that would involve touching all of the bodies, and we didn't. Dalen thought that was a bad idea. However,
Yeah.
I suggest that possibly, as I have not. No, I don't. I would suggest that the hunting party is found, and perhaps because there were some sort of stab wounds and things, so they would have had to get quite close. I think it wasn't just arrows, so it may be worth trying to track them down and at least let them know that there is a possibility.
Okay, thank you. You should go and see the town's physician, I think, just
Absolutely.
to...
Then I could impart to them the nature of the pustules and share knowledge about this type of thing.
Yes.
Excellent. Where is the physician?
Out of here, turn left back towards the river, go east, downstream, and you'll find her office.
Okay.
There.
Have you ever encountered any sort of disease like this before?
Black pustules?
Grey skin,
No.
black pustules.
Grey skin? I don't think so. Check with the physician.
Yeah.
He might know.
Should I go now, or?
Yeah, we'll go together.
Okay.
I would say all of you go if you've all been in proximity
Hmm.
for a potential disease. Yes, go and see Remy. She'll check you all over.
Thank you, Sheriff. If you need us, we will be here somewhere.
Okay. Please leave.
Yeah.
Very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Rightio. So, out the door and try and find the.
So you follow the
Yeah,
direction
follow
to
the
to the doctor's office.
Lead on, Master.
And so I will politely knock on the door.
Hello?
Hello.
Come on in.
Hello. Are you Remy?
Oh, yes, I am.
Marvelous. I am Mazdak. The sheriff said that we could find you here. We were on our way from. I can't remember the name of the other village.
Miles.
Milas. On our way from Milas to here, and we saw some people, like some primitive tribe of people that appear to have come into being along with these monsters, creatures that have come, but they were all dead, and it looks like they were attacked by a hunting party of some kind, and the most important thing is that they had what looked to be black pustules on them, some sort of disease. So I did touch one, but it didn't burst, so that's good. And I did wash, because Dalen thought that would be a good plan. So the sheriff thought that we should come and see you to explain what these things look like, and I'll sort of launch into a detailed explanation of what they look like, what colour they were, that sort of thing, and how they felt when I touched them. But we haven't burnt the bodies, but we think we should possibly find the hunting party to alert them that they may possibly be in danger.
Okay. Thank you. She was taking notes of your description while you were going through it. I did see a rather greyish-looking man yesterday. He was not looking so good. I think he was a hunter.
Do you know where he went?
I do not. Perhaps you could check with. Go to. Check notes. I should bold things. You should go and check at the tavern, the Puzzled Boulder. Quirky name, just for the tourists. Speak with Lannis there. That is where most of the hunters like to hang out. Perhaps you could find them there.
Maybe you should come with us. If they are infected with something, then we may have to quarantine the whole place.
Yes, okay. That would make sense. Okay. I will leave. She makes a gesture to a nurse and says, "Can you just stay here? I need to go and check the tavern." And she comes with you. It is this way.
Very well.
Mazdak will sort of trot along behind.
And she's asking sort of follow-up questions, confirmation questions to you, Mazdak, as she's sort of trying to.
Yeah, I'll give us as much information as I remember about the bodies and the colours.
Yeah, it is not something I think I have heard of before, but
It may be these people brought the disease with them from wherever they came.
that may be. I hope that is not the case, because then we have no idea what it is and how to fix it.
I suspect they probably caught it from while they got here. Perhaps with contact with more modern peoples, they had no immunity defences against one of our more simple diseases, perhaps, and this has caused this allergic reaction. I mean, that's a best case scenario, isn't it?
That would be the best case, yes. Let's hope that is what has happened. Okay. We get to the tavern and open it up, and it's pretty full. There are lots of people having a good drink.
Is there anybody that's noticeably grey?
Make a perception check.
I would be looking for exactly the same thing.
Go ahead.
Perception 7.
23.
23. Mazdak,
Everybody's very tall.
shake from down there. That was
7 I got as well.
7. Yeah, you two. There's lots of tall people here, and it's difficult to see. Lots of clothing on people. It's not the warmest place as we've established, so it's not like there's bare legs that you can look at when you're close to the ground. Dalen, however, you can have a good look around. It does look like there's a couple of greyish people. It's difficult to say whether that's just their natural skin tone or whether they seem to have picked up the sort of grey mottled skin of the tribespeople.
I will say to Remy, there are some over there that look maybe grey. I will stay here and block the door in case anyone tries to leave until you have finished your investigation.
Let us speak to Lannis first. He's the owner. Before we go knocking everybody in. So she goes up and speaks to what looks like the owner, then gives you a signal to lock the door, Dalen.
Okay, I'll lock it. I'll just stand in front of it. So basically, blocking the entire doorway.
Yep, that's reason enough for people to leave the doorway.
I'll stay with Dalen and just have the crossbow out, trying to look as imposing as I can. Right, in front of Dalen.
Well, the pair of you make intimidation checks then. If you're doing, I know Dalen, I know we've switched yours over on your character sheet, but if you're doing a physical intimidation, you can use strength instead of charisma.
25.
25 from Dalen, yeah.
I use strength probably rather than charisma, so it's a 19.
19. Well, still pretty good. You just got that face on.
Yeah, plus 0 rather than minus.
Pretty good. Okay, well, the pair of you sufficiently discourage anyone from approaching the doors. Bazdak, what were you doing?
Mazdak, I think I'm just going to stand behind or beside Dalen, just because I'm not really sure what to do.
Fair enough. Okay, so the place kind of like hums with this "what's going on" type mutterings. Lannis, the owner, seems to get up on top of the bar and says, "Right, everyone, just calm down. We've got the doctor here. She just wants to speak to a couple of people and check them out. Just stay calm. It's all fine. We'll get the drink going again soon. It's all right." He himself's looking a little sweaty. But he's putting on a front, clearly. So the doctor goes over and checks a few people and then comes over to you guys and says, I don't think this is good. We need to find the original hunting party to make sure that they are okay. Lannis says they are usually here in the evenings, but they are not here tonight, which makes me worried.
Is there any way to find out where they might be or where they would usually go during the day?
Lannis tells me that they had a boat that they arrived on. So we should go check the dock.
Yes, I think you should tell these people not to leave here, because if they're going to be spreading it more.
I think you might need more than just me and Dalen. You might need to get the I don't know if you have like guards in this village.
Town
Any-
wa-
Some help.
Most of the security of the village is handled by the hunters themselves, and I think it's already been exposed to most of the village, not just here.
So containment doesn't really matter then.
We need to contain the whole village.
I think a very good idea would be to go back and speak to the sheriff and not allow anybody to travel to the capital through the portal.
Shut down the portal, of course.
Yes.
I will. We should tell the sheriff to initiate a quarantine, I suppose, of the whole village.
Yes, I think perhaps this is going to extend to the whole island,
Perhaps.
depending on
Can
where
you-
the other hunting party have gone.
Well, we should check the boat.
Hmm.
But secure the portal first.
Yes.
Why don't you send a message with your head thing?
Oh, well, I suppose I could.
What's the range on that?
I think it's like 30 feet.
Oh,
No.
yeah.
Yeah.
You can reach everyone in the tavern, let alone back to the sheriff.
Yeah. So I can. You have to be quite close.
Well, if you're that close, why don't you just talk to them? Seems a bit stupid.
Well, perhaps you need to be quiet at some point. Perhaps you're sneaking up on something, and you need to
Okay.
talk to a person that's like 30 feet over there without shouting and alarming
Anyway,
everybody.
we won't
So-
talk about this now.
Oh,
Fine.
well, you did
So,
ask.
yeah, I know, and I wish I didn't.
Let's go to the sheriff, secure the portal, and then
Right.
go to the boat.
Okay,
We'll take a quick break at that point.
perfect.
Okay.
Okay, let me just go over there and do that.
So from one disaster to another.
Right, indeed. So we will
Anyone
be
think it was an
right
adventure?
back.
Dinosaurs to plagues.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. With things escalating pretty quickly in here, in the town of Almeta, you're going off to the sheriff's office.
Yep.
Before we do that, Mazdak, can you make a Constitution saving throw?
Absolutely. Constitution saving throw. That's a natural 8 for 7.
Wow. Okay. You felt better.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll leave it at that for now. You're not 100%. You're feeling tired. You've been travelling all day though, so
I'm just tired from the ride. It's very difficult riding a horse for the first time.
yeah. Okay, so you head back to the sheriff's office.
Yep.
And he's there. Oh, so you've
Right.
spoken to.
Yes, indeed. We and the good Dr. Remy have decided that we need to quarantine the town, and the portal in particular should be off limits to everyone.
Absolutely, yes. Okay, if that is the orders of the doctor.
Indeed, it is. We need to go to the docks to find out this hunting party where they are. But we suspect that there are a number of people in the Puzzled Boulder Tavern that are unwell.
Okay, yes. He just sort of touches his head in something that you would recognise as a message spell.
Yeah.
I ordered the portal to be off limits. No outgoing. We can't stop people coming in without destroying the circle.
I think perhaps a good idea would be to, and I'll appear my pen and my quill in my hand, take a piece of parchment, right, please stop any ingress into this portal. Signed, Mazdak, on behalf of, what should I call us?
I don't.
The investigators.
That'll do.
And I shall fold his paper. Would I know if things can be sent through the portal by themselves?
That's a great question. As soon as you started writing the letter, I thought, oh God, I don't know the answer to that.
Sorry. I just thought that this would be the easiest way to get a message to the other side, because obviously we can't send anybody through, but...
Sunday morning portal science.
Exactly.
Let's quick add a teleportation circle.
Your Google history is much changed when you start playing D&D, isn't it?
Oh, yes.
Random things you Google.
Yeah, DM's Google history is very weird. That's what I tell everyone anyway. It's for D&D.
Take me off the list.
That doesn't say. I'm just going to have to make a call. I'll say yes, things can go through.
Okay. So I will hand the note to the sheriff. Perhaps this would be a good idea to send through.
Yes, good idea. We'll get that through. Please, he hands it to the woman in the office. Says, make sure that gets through the circle. Right, so hopefully that can stop traffic coming in. We can stop traffic from going out. We'll make sure, I'll send you an announcement round saying that people aren't allowed to leave the village.
Would you have any details on this hunting party, or is it just a random hunting party?
People come here. It is a tourist spot for hunters. And
I didn't know if it was like a paid job that you hired some people to do.
no, it's sport. People come here to do it. It's leisure. We also have a wonderful array of sort of safari tours. If you're not interested in
Not now.
safari sales pitch.
Okay, so
Right.
we need to get to the docks to find this hunting party so that we can determine whether the disease is spreading at all quickly.
Yes. Are you okay?
I'm just very tired. I rode a horse for the very first time today,
Oh,
all by myself. It was quite tricky, so my muscles are feeling quite sore.
yes. It's muscles you don't use very
Well,
often.
quite. Yes, it's surprising. You think if you were sitting down all day, you wouldn't get tired, but no.
You got a grip with your thighs; they'll be burning tomorrow.
It's very tense. I found.
Anyway, yes,
Yes,
you
we
go
should
to
get
the
to the
dock.
docks.
I'll make sure things get locked down. Just follow downstream. You'll find it.
Indeed. Yes. Okay.
So you do that. You make
Yep.
it there. It's not a huge harbour or anything. There's a number of boats, 5 or 6 boats, moored up. You go check
Okay.
them individually, or go and someone.
Yeah, I'll just sort of wander down and see if there's people sort of in and off, on and off the boats, or looking basically for grey people.
Okay, make a perception check.
Oh, that's pretty good. Perception is 19.
That is good. So you see a couple of boats who've got some activity on. There's 3 of the 6 have got people coming in and out. There's 3 more that have just sort of sat there, no one on, or not that you can see. There's yeah,
I'm
some
assuming
things.
they're large boats with cabin on.
Yes, exactly. It's not rowboats.
Okay. So, I think perhaps we should check the ones that we can't see anybody actively on, because those
Yeah,
people looked
good
okay.
idea.
So,
Yeah.
should I?
And don't touch anything.
Well, I would have to touch the boat if I was going to get on it.
Just be careful.
But if well, I suppose.
Don't poke any pustules.
Oh, right, yes, of course. No more poking the pustules. Sounds like a fun game for a Sunday morning.
So we'll go on the first boat we come to. That's not showing any signs of anything on
So,
it.
are all 3 of you going to one boat, then the next boat, and then?
And the
Yeah, I
doctor, there's
think-
doctor with us as well, isn't she?
I know the doctor stayed at the tavern.
Right.
Oh, right, okay.
So I was just. Hello. Is there anybody on the boat? Can I see a name of the boat?
Let's say no, because I haven't
Okay.
named them.
All right. So, hello. Is there anybody aboard? I don't know how do you hail a ship?
Ahoy!
Ah, okay. Ahoy!
No reply.
It doesn't
Okay,
seem
I'm
to
just
be-
going to walk on board.
Oh,
Is there a smell around this boat, like of corpse?
Smell of corpse.
like there was back at the huts? Perhaps.
Yeah. Do I smell anything in the air?
Do a can I smell a corpse check?
Well, perception,
What?
probably.
Yeah,
Right.
with a sense.
I have +3 to can I smell a corpse? Check.
Ah, good. I
13.
wondered why you took proficiency in that.
13.
Seems to be reasonably normal smelling sea air.
Okay.
I'll just go up to the cabin and try and open the door, see if there's anyone there.
It's locked.
So,
Well.
next boat then?
Yep.
Okay.
So I walk to the next boat. Ahoy! What? Don't laugh. Dalen said that was how you do it.
Again, yeah, can't hear anything.
Okay, I will.
Are you going to do a corpse sniffing check
I'll-
again?
I'll do a
I'll
corpse
go-
sniffing check.
Yeah, let's. Biv Knox is our corpse sniffer.
Yeah, I'm not good at it. 7.
7. The smell of corpse would be quite pungent, so it wouldn't be a high DC. And this one isn't quite as fresh sea air as the last one.
I will try the door to the cabin.
It's open.
Oh, I will walk in. Ahoy!
Immediately when you open the door, that's when you get hit by this foul smell.
Right, okay.
As soon as I notice that, I'll just grab him by the scruff of the neck and pull him out again.
Well, I wasn't touching anything.
Even breathing the air could be bad.
Well, I have to breathe.
Breathing the air that is poisoned by the infection.
Well, I mean, you are assuming that it is airborne. I mean, it could just be, touch.
I'm not assuming anything. I'm just taking precaution. Unless you want to die, black all over your body.
No, I don't think that would be a good plan.
So from outside, can we see what's at the inside of the cabin? If there's dead bodies in there?
What did I see as I walked in?
As you walked in, you saw 4 people lying on the floor. One of them moved a little bit.
But there might be still people alive here, Dalen.
If there are, then that is a problem for them, because if you try to help them, then you will get disease. We should get the doctor.
Well, yes, quite. Perhaps we should try some healing. I don't have any.
You can hear a groan.
This person is.
I cannot cure diseases.
What sort of healer are you then?
I'm one that stops you dying when you get hurt in battle.
No.
Huh. Okay.
Well, shall I go and get Remy?
Yes, you do that. I will secure the boat.
I'll check the other boat.
Okay.
So I'll walk to the next boat. Ahoy!
Ahoy!
Ahoy the ship. We are just checking to see if everybody is okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There is a slight problem in the village. There may be a small chance that there is an infectious plague. But there's nothing to worry about. The boat next door to you has some very ill people on it. So I would suggest you do not go and borrow any cups of sugar or anything like that. That would be bad. So if you could stay aboard your boat, that would be the best plan. I'm assuming you have food and drink, etc. to supplies?
As you were talking, a goblin fellow walks up the stairs. Sorry. Yes, we have supplies on board. Did you say next door?
And I'll switch to goblin. Yes, indeed, exactly that. Next door are incredibly unwell. Do you happen to know if they were out hunting a couple of days ago? Maybe to the west, perhaps?
I think they've been hunting every day.
Ah, right, yes. They are not very well. We have sent for the doctor, so that's all good. So if you could just stay in your boat, and obviously if you do need to come out for any reason, please be careful and don't lick anyone.
Always good advice. Shall I just leave?
No. Stay in the boat, stay in the village. We don't want to spread any diseases further than we already have. And I'll try and persuade him to stay here. It's very important that you actually stay in the village.
You catch him like glancing over at like his ship controls, steering wheel and anchor. Make a persuasion check.
24.
Oh,
I'm
well,
quite good at persuasion.
Yeah, clearly.
So, yes, it's vitally important that you stay here and do not, because we don't know if anybody else is infected further down. So if you were to go there, it might be dangerous for you.
All right, makes sense. I'll lock up here then.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
There were just
Well,
3 boats that didn't have people on one.
Yes, yeah.
while that's going on, I'm going to try casting healing word on the one that's still groaning. See if that makes a difference. I know it won't cure the disease, but it might give them a bit more.
Okay. Yeah. Don't worry about rolling healing, but yeah, you sort of cast your word in through the door. The groaning subsides a little bit, and you hear it. Hello.
Hello.
Ahoy.
Did you and your fellows kill a small encampment of?
My friends are dead.
Yes, I can see that.
What did you ask?
Did you and your fellows attack a small encampment on the river?
Yes.
I see. Then you have caught an infection from them. The doctor is on the way. Just stay there.
Okay. He sort of props himself up against the wall.
Can I see, is he covered in pustules and stuff, or is he...
Yeah, he's not looking good.
Okay.
Yeah, they're all over his face. This is a half-orc fellow as well, so you'd recognise if there was something wrong with his skin. So you're just waiting for the doctor. Are you going to go and check the other 3 boats that had people on?
No, I'm just going to stay, make sure this guy doesn't try and leave or no one else tries to go in.
I will go and check and talk to the other 3 boats and try and persuade them to stay in their boats and do not leave the village. So I don't know if you want to make me have me do a persuasion check for each one, or
Yeah, go ahead, make 3 of them.
okay. So the first one's a 14. Second one's a 19. And the third one is a 21.
Okay. So before we get to that, Bivnox, what are you up to?
Just for science, how many feet is it away from the dock to the where Remy is?
Oh, blimey. A reasonable way is a good few hundred feet.
Within 500 feet?
Probably.
Okay, that's fine. So, yeah, I'll run as fast as I can to Remy.
Okay.
And I'll bang on the door.
Okay. You do hear, sorry, nobody inside. Closed.
Ready? Doctor.
Oh, I'll get her.
Quickly.
And then the door opens. Hello?
Yeah, me again. We found people at the docks. We need you now.
Right. Oh.
Grab your things and come with me. I'm going to try this for the first time. A little bit of an experiment, but it's fine. Just come and stand here.
Oh no.
Have you got your things?
Yes.
And I'll click my heels and I'll cast Dimension Door with my boots. And if his creature is willing, I can bring along one willing creature. And I can go 500 feet, that's what I was asking. As long as I can visualise the place, I'll visualise the docks.
Yeah, okay. So you do that, and this is the first time you've experienced it. And as you click the heels, there's sort of a ripple on the floor that comes out to this sort of rainbow door in the floor, and you just drop through it.
Yeah.
And you feel this sort of lurch, and then in a weird anti-gravity way, you just sort of reverse and go, and you sort of stood on the docks as the rainbow door disappears beneath you.
I'll just go, I'll be honest with you, Remy. That's the first time I've done that, and I'm quite surprised that we're both not dead.
That was very weird.
Yeah, but I'll do it again. I'll try and do it again, but obviously it doesn't work because I don't know how many charges it's got. Well, I've got a new toy. Yeah, and I'll just that boat there. I'm just gonna play around with these for a bit. So I'll point Remy in the direction of the boat, and I'll just play around with my boots, but I can't get them to work again.
Okay. You're just there. Click, 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 click.
Clicking my heels.
There's no place like home.
There's no place like home.
Okay, so Dalen, you see Remy rushing up the dock. So you found the hunting party?
Yes, they are in here. One is still alive, but the rest are all past.
I don't know what I can do for him. I will have to shut this down, but I don't know. The whole town could be infected already, and I should get people into one place. Yes, okay. I will get him out. And she goes in and tries to lift this fella, but he's a big fella, and she's sort of struggling a bit, but just sort of moving him along a little bit. Mazdak.
Yep.
So as you'd gone to the other ships and spoken to various people, two of them are very like, oh, right, yeah, that's a big problem. We'll just stay put. Yeah, okay. The first one that you'd gone to was a bit more resistant, really trying to just get out because they're the other side of the infected ship.
Yeah.
But they don't go. You feared that they might, but it's clear. You can see through a window as you're moving on to the next one, and there's two people just like going, "Oh, we should just leave," and they're going, "Well, let's not."
Yeah. Am I feeling any more ill, or I'm just still a little tired? I don't know how quickly this disease takes hold. So, if it's a disease, I think probably I'm just tired.
Yeah, you're probably just tired. You can insight yourself.
Insight check. Okay. Okay.
Because you know how you normally feel. You've had tiring days before.
Now, I'm quite good at insight, but my dice roll, however, was a natural 1. So I've got a natural 1 for 5. Seems my mind is not quite as it should be.
No, it's not. No, this is affecting you, but you don't realise that. It's just that you've had a really busy couple of days, and it's just catching up with you now. And you've got to this new place, still rushing around.
Yes, I think I'm just sort of starting to talk to myself because there's nobody else to talk to. So I think perhaps I'll just maybe sit down for 5 minutes, just perhaps a quick nap while Dalen and Bivnox are so busy. I'm very small and I'm not used to all of this strenuous activity, and I'll just sort of look for somewhere to sit along the dockside with my back against a wall or something. I'll just sit down.
Yeah, you did that. So Mazdak sitting and having a little rest. Bivnox is at the edge of the dock, just clicking his heels together.
Well, if they're not working, I'll take them off and just look at them for a bit and put them back on. I might have to get Mazdak to look at them because I don't really know how to work.
And Dalen, you see Remy come out with this big guy out, sort of, hand over shoulder, trying to support him and walk him. Excuse, what was your name?
Dalen.
Dalen. Would you be able to help? He is very large.
If there's nothing we can do for him, maybe best just to give him to the gods.
That is not my philosophy. And she's going to try just sort of struggle past you with him.
I'll pick him up and carry him.
Thank you. Let's take him to my office.
Okay.
Sorry.
Invaders.
Hello. I'm talking to people. Why have you got those? She's a little cheerleader.
Hello.
Hey.
Rah,
Hello,
rah, rah, rah. Hey, Ellie.
Wait. No boobs on Twitch.
No boobs on Twitch.
You wave your little pom pom.
Hello, Ellie.
Hello.
You're not going to say hello.
Nah. Far too weird, these
Yes.
people.
Say hiya.
Hiya.
Hey, yeah.
Not going to.
No,
No.
Weird
No.
people.
just obedient child.
No.
Go on then, get that back in your mouth. Oh. Head off your pop. There's a good girl. Yes, Daddy's busy. Where's Mummy? Go find Mummy, Chip. Go show her what you've got. Easy trick.
Yep.
Is it toddler tennis, is it?
Oh, yeah.
Where's Mummy? Where's Daddy? Where's Mummy? Where's Daddy?
It keeps her busy while we do chores.
Yep. Keeps her entertained, tires her out. That's the plan.
Okay. So, Dalen, yeah, you just hook him onto your shoulders and then just plow on back towards the doctor's office. Bivnox, you see Dalen rush past. You going to follow him, or what you going to do?
What's going on?
We are taking this one to the doctor's office.
Okay, well, I could probably bring them all back if you want. Look, I'll put the shoes back on. Get them round me
Okay.
when I flip the heels.
And nothing happens.
Yeah, maybe we should just go. Come on.
I'm a little confused.
Yeah, me too.
Very well. And trog back to the office.
Okay. So you get back to the office. Master, would you have fallen asleep?
Yeah, probably. So they
So you
might,
left-
I don't know whether they'd pass me on their way back up.
I think the way I'm picturing the dock is sort of a main walkway, and then there's horizontal where all of the little jetties are.
Right.
And you probably were just on the one side of the horizontal. I don't know dock terms.
Yeah. The horizontal's good. I like that.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I mean, about halfway back, like if we're running, I'll probably shout to Dalen, Where's Mazdak?
I thought he was with you.
No, I went to get the doctor.
I see. He was checking the other boats. Maybe you should try and find him. I will
On
be
his own.
Yes. I will be at the doctor's office.
Alright. And I'll let them go, and when they've turned around, I'll try and clip my heels again, look at them sad, and then run back to the doctor. I think I've broken them.
And yeah, it's very easy to find Mazdak just sort of propped up against a post,
Yep. Just.
sat on the dock.
I'll just kick him lightly.
Oh, hello.
Tired, are we?
Very. It's horse
Yeah,
riding.
come on.
Take it out of you, doesn't it?
Do I notice that he looks different? Oh, unwell.
Make we'll call it a perception check for now. We'll get to medicine checks maybe later, because you're just looking for that visible sign.
9.
He's not showing any signs.
okay.
He's just tired.
Yeah.
Yes.
You shouldn't be sleeping on the job. Come on, we're going back to the doctor's office.
Right. Okay. I'm not really used to all of this physical.
Yeah,
exertion.
stop talking and let's get moving.
Oh.
Remind me to talk to you about my boots later.
Oh, why?
I'll tell you later.
Oh, okay.
Come on.
They're quite interesting, I thought.
Yeah, I think I might have broken them by putting mud on them, but I'll talk to you later about it.
Okay. that seems unlikely, but yes,
Yeah.
of course.
Come on. How fast can you run?
Well, not very.
Well, we're about to find out.
Oh. I will try running. It's not going to go well.
Yeah, you're okay at the moment. I mean, you're a little sluggish. You can sprint, but you're still moving reasonably quick.
Okay, so we get to the doctor's office. Whew, that was hard work.
Yeah, it's good. Good training for the field.
It's uphill from the dock, so it's going to be harder work.
Yeah. I'm used to being in the library, not running around.
Yeah, I know, but we're teaching you how to be street smart now.
I see. Okay.
Anyway, in you go.
Oh,
With all this running around, by the time you got to the village and spoke to people and ran around, it's getting well into the evening. It's sort of 10-ish in the evening. And you get back to the doctor's office, and Dalen, you've been shown a bed to lay this fella down in. And the doctor says, "Thank you, Dalen. I need to monitor him for a while and make sure he does not pass. I will try and run some checks to see if I can find out what is wrong with him. You guys should try and get some rest too."
Yes.
Well, Mazdak has already had some rest.
I did literally just close my eyes for 5 minutes.
Okay. All right, I'll let you off.
Yeah, so that is not. Oh, we call that a long blink where I am from.
Well, quite, yes.
That's from my nan. It's brilliant.
I've just got a lot in my head.
I like that long blink. That's good. It's blinking very slowly.
So, I don't know where you want to stay. You could go back to the Puzzle Boulder, but there is another tavern if you wanted to try there.
Should we go to a tavern? I mean, perhaps we should put our tents up and stay there. What do you think? Suggest, Dalen? Bivnox?
I think if we've been infected, we've already been infected. We've been around these bodies, we've breathed the air, we've
This is very true.
come into contact with them, so I think if we are going to be infected, we will be. So
Okay.
maybe it doesn't matter where we stay.
Very well.
Now, this may be a very obvious question to ask, but I need to ask it. Have either Dalen or Mazdak drank or come in contact with any water in the village?
In the village,
No.
uh,
I would have drank from my flask, but that's probably it.
I obviously washed in the river by
You did?
those huts and probably had a drink at the same time.
Sorry, I said Dalen and Mazdak. I meant Dalen and Bivnox.
Bivnox.
Because yes, Mazdak, you washed in the river.
Probably not, because it's all been a bit go, isn't it? And like when we were back in the village, I was back from the village counting. I couldn't actually go in. So I'm probably feeling quite thirsty
Yeah.
at this stage.
Well, you've seen people go up to the stream, the river that runs through town, and fill canteens and things. The villagers are clearly drinking from the water. So if you're feeling thirsty, that's the obvious thing to do.
I probably would at some point, yeah. Can't just...
Not that I'm trying to push you into anything.
Yes, I've drunk from the river.
It's up to you. But clearly, obviously, you would have done this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how to disguise any of that, really,
Yeah.
other than asking very pointedly.
I mean, realistically, I don't think I'd drink from a river anyway, unless it was necessary or clean. If I already had a water flask on me, I'd drink from that.
Okay, that's
If it was empty, I
fine.
might fill it from a stream, but
I mean, I would because I'm a tracker and I'm used to drinking out streams in the wild.
Yeah. Okay, then well, you go and are you setting up tents somewhere?
yeah, I think we'll just probably do it outside the doctor's office somewhere.
Yep.
Close by.
Bit of an inconvenience to anyone walking by, but you know, no one's going to tell you off for it yet.
They can try.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, you go and set up your tents and settle down. While you're doing that, Mazdak. Sorry, Bivnox. Oh God.
Absolutely Florian Trellis.
I'm not going to get into it. No, stop it. Stop it, brain. Yes, not a Floriador scenario.
Bivdak.
Bivnox. Maznox. Bivnox. Make a Constitution saving throw for me, please.
$16.
Okay. Yeah, you're feeling fine.
Okay.
So, anyone doing anything once you set up?
I will once again take out my book, look at it, and then flick to the back page.
There's nothing on it.
Then I will spend an hour just trying my hardest to try and translate some more of this book, because some of it appears to be in Draconic, some of it appears to be in Goblin, some of it's very odd. There's some Elvish scattered in here, and there doesn't seem to be any kind of consistency over the languages. It's as though somebody who can write in all sorts of languages has just written in this book. So it's not making a huge amount of sense at the moment, but I am quite tired, so that might affect that.
Yeah. Okay. You spend your time translating. And you go to sleep. Is anyone doing anything for the night? Any watches, or are you just all going to go to sleep?
No, if I've seen that Mazdak fallen asleep, I'll let them sleep. Obviously, they were tired out.
Yeah, I think I'll sort of take over from Bivnox when Bivnox wants to go to sleep. Just tell him to give me a kick. Not literally.
Okay.
You know that's literally going to happen now, right?
Yeah.
That's how he wakes people.
So you get through the night. It's quiet. It's a quiet village. Once it gets sort of past 1 a.m. when the taverns kick out, it quiets right down. In the morning, you can all take a long rest. But in the morning, Mazdak, I'd like you to also take a point of exhaustion.
Okay. Exhaustion. Yep. Okay, so I have a disadvantage on ability checks.
And can you roll a d6 for me, please?
D6. Okay. A 1.
A 1.
Yeah, I hope that's
Okay. For the time being, then, I'd like you to reduce your Constitution and Charisma by 1 point.
Okay. That's the total score, yeah. Okay, cool.
And when you see Mazdak in the morning, he's looking grey. Or as more grey version
Yeah,
of
I mean,
the
I
skin
am
tone
already grey.
He's looking a paler grey than
Yeah, well, I've got silvery skin, not grey, so that's probably got a bit dull.
dull. Yeah.
Mazdak, you are looking unwell.
I'm quite tired.
Bivnox, how are you feeling?
I don't know. How am I feeling? Do I need to make another con save or?
No, not at the moment. You're feeling okay.
Yeah, fine. I mean, good job we camped outside the healer's place, eh?
You
Yes,
did say Constitution, yes? Yeah, okay, that's...
Bivnox, you should come in and see the doctor now.
Yeah.
Mazdak, I did it then. You should see the doctor. You are looking unwell.
Oh, I'm sure it's absolutely fine, but yes, of course, I will go and assist in any way I can. And I will get up, pick my book up, put my book in my bag, and make my way to the doctor's office and knock on the door.
There's no sound that you hear.
I will try the door. Is it open?
It's open.
Okay.
Yeah.
Open the door. Hello? Is there anyone here?
As you open the door, you can see the doctor. The room that the half orc fella was on the right. The office was more on the left, and on the left you can see the doctor just sort of asleep with a hand on her fist.
Okay. I will very quietly and carefully go back out and shut the door. And I'll go back to David. The doctor is having a bit of a how did she put it? A long blink.
I see.
So
Wake her up.
Well, she looks very tired, so perhaps we should leave her to rest, because we want her to be at her best, of course.
We need to work out how this disease is moving. You have caught it now.
Well, we don't know that. I'm just a little tired from
Your
my
skin is
exertions.
grey.
My skin is always grey.
No, your skin is silver.
Well,
It is now grey.
silvery grey.
It is different.
Is it? Well, I suppose maybe a little bit.
How do you feel, honestly?
Well, I'm quite tired still. I was. It's all this exertion, you see.
No, I think it is because you are ill.
Possibly. But
Maybe from when you touched that pustule.
possibly. So therefore, you would be ill as well because you
Very
carried that
probably.
chap.
Yes.
So Bivnox, you're probably the only one that's not going to be ill so far. So possibly a good plan for you, Bivnox, is not to touch either myself or Dalen.
I don't plan on it.
Good job you haven't touched anybody else, like the doctor or anything like that.
Yeah.
Did you touch the doctor?
Oh, you were going to talk to me about your boots? You had a problem with your boots?
Yeah, like yesterday, it was round here actually. Look, it doesn't work anymore. All I did was I clicked my heels and I thought about the docks. And I would click my heels and think about docks, and I'll dimension door to the docks because obviously I've got a charge back.
You just see this rainbow shimmer from underneath him, and he just plummets and disappears.
Wow.
Well,
Those
that was
boots are very good, aren't they?
And I'll arrive at the docks and go, oh, fuck. And I won't even bother to try redoing it because I've obviously established that it's a one-a-day thing now. And I'll just slowly walk back to the healer's place.
So you're using your dimension boots then? I can't remember. I think I cast Identify on all of these things, didn't I?
Yes.
Did you?
Did I can't. I honestly can't remember. I mean, I can.
I can't remember.
I can do it.
We
now.
need Nat.
I can do
We
it.
need
Yeah.
Nat's notes. Yeah, I'll amble back. It'll take me a little while. I'm not running back.
Yeah, I mean, I can do it again. That's not a problem.
Yeah, we can say you've already done it. It's fine. I mean,
So I will say,
do it. You could do it without casting a spell, do it ritually, and that's just time. So we'll say you've already done it.
so I will tell Bivnox
Terrible.
all about. Well, that's what you're called on.
Oh yeah.
I will tell Bivnox all about the boots and how magical they are, and the fact that you can do this once a day.
And you'll tell him in rather than just a sentence in like 3 hours.
Absolutely, yes. So
Well,
you
you
see,
see,
what you
I've
can
worked
do-
out. I've worked out that one a day by experimenting.
Yes,
See?
it's often a good way to find things out is experimentation. But what I found is that if you actually research first, you're in less danger of actually killing yourself.
I'm still there, aren't I?
Indeed, you are. Good job you
Okay,
had both
well-
boots on.
Is that an issue? Do I believe that's an issue?
Absolutely.
You see that this panic on my face.
I will. I will persuade you that that is definitely an issue. See, if you only had one boot on, then what could happen is when you click them together, the distance between the boots could actually split you in two. That's a 24 for persuasion.
I mean, even if I rolled inside, I wouldn't be able to fit it because I've only got
Yeah.
+3. So I believe you.
So you see,
Okay.
it is one. I understand that you can teach me things, which is great, and I do appreciate you teaching me about all of the outside things that happen. But when it comes to magic and things of an arcane nature, it is probably best to listen to me, because I am the one with all the research and books.
Yep, that's noted. And I'll just make sure both boots are securely on my feet. I will refasten them. Like almost to the point where it's cutting off circulation.
Okay, so what are you guys going to do now?
Okay, so we'll, after this has taken, I'm guessing, about an hour or so, I will sort of go and knock on the door of the doctor's office again.
Hello.
Ah, hello. It is me, Mazdak. I just wanted to let you know that I am well, and I'll sort of go in. And my skin appears to be changing colour somewhat, and I am very, very tired. So I think perhaps I have become infected. So if you wanted to examine me as in the first stages of the disease.
Yeah, as you go inside, you can see she's looking grey as well.
Ah, right. I see.
Me too.
Ah, okay. So what should we do?
We have two things that we need to discover. One, of course, is how this is being transferred to people. How
I
people
think
are
possibly
infected.
touch
It
would
could
be my
well.
best guess, because I touched the original pustule, and it's taken a couple of days. But you touched that gentleman over there, but you were very in close proximity to him for a long time. I only touched him once, so I suspect that that is the problem, and I suspect that Dalen may also be about to be infected because he carried this gentleman as well. But Bivnox, on the plus side, should be absolutely fine because he hasn't touched anybody that's been infected.
What about Sasha? I assume she's.
Yeah, good point. I should probably do a. I'll do a. Yeah, she's not here to decide whether she's drunk or not. So, or has drunk the water. For 20 on her con save, so Sasha's feeling fine at the moment. Okay, so we should make people aware not to touch each other and keep apart. The other thing we need to find out is a cure for this.
Yes.
I'm afraid Orgoth over there died in the night.
Right.
So this is killing very quickly.
Indeed. Have I... Not sure I would have read anything about infectious diseases or anything. It was not really my area.
Probably not, no.
I will assist in any way, of course. I am quite clever, so I can logically help.
Okay, thank you. Dalen, you may more likely have been to read about or research anything on
Okay.
this sort of thing as a healer, but yesterday you also described yourself as a heal wounds in battle type of healer, so it's up to you whether you would know anything about disease or infection.
Well, I mean, I only said that because I can't heal diseases yet. When I go up another level or so, I can. So it would be something that I'm interested in.
Yeah.
But just can't do at the moment.
Okay. Well, if you think you've at least studied it in some degree, then you can make a medicine check.
Okay. That's medicine 16.
Okay. So yes, you would know a little about how infections can spread through air, through touch, bodily fluids, water, all the usual sorts of ways that these things can travel. In this case, you have, as you guys have discussed, narrowed that down. Touch seems to be your suspected one at the moment. But you may be going and checking out the original people, the original halfling cavemen chaps might give you some indication of something.
Yeah. Okay.
The original source of infection, as it seems to be.
I think I should go back to the village and investigate further the original corpses and see if I can deduce where this came from originally.
Absolutely.
Yes, I think that's a good idea. I will notify the sheriff that you are to be allowed out of the village. Are you all going to go, or?
I think yes. We cannot let one person go just in case something happens.
Yeah.
One thing that might be worth looking for, I think I'm going to be very busy, so I might not have time, is are there any people not getting infected within the town?
Yeah.
There may be some people with a natural immunity or something like that. That may help us to find a cure or a prevention for this.
I think, Mazdak, as you are very tired, maybe you should stay here and question the villagers. You're good at talking to people. And find out who is
Of course.
getting...
Yes. Okay, if I stay with Sasha?
Yes.
And you and Bivnox go to the huts that we saw
Yeah.
upstream.
So we think it may be touch that's doing this, but it may also be airborne. It may be some other way.
I will find out if there's anybody in this village that has not been infected, despite being in contact with somebody who is infected.
And if they have, find out what the difference is between the ones that are infected and not infected. What have they done that the other person?
I will, of course, inform Remy of my
Yes.
findings,
Very good.
and I will rush off to the Puzzled Boulder Tavern to start doing exactly that.
Okay.
And we'll head off to the. I presume you're coming with me, Bivnox.
Yep.
We'll go back to the camp.
Okay. So,
Split the party.
second.
Split the party.
Always, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you two go and head back upstream. It's probably an hour uphill, a little slower, to that little tribes camp. Mazdak, you're heading to the Puzzled Boulder to go and speak to people, see how everyone's doing. I mean, it's morning, so it's going to be less people in there than in the evening.
Yeah, I especially want to find people who are sharing a room at the tavern, just to see if there are any people that, one of them's infected but the others aren't, or just generally. And I want to check out Lannis because he was looking unwell when we saw him.
Yeah. Okay, so you go up. Lannis is there, grey skin, not looking great.
So I just want to ask Lannis. So, Lannis, you do look slightly unwell, as myself. Is there anybody you have been around, and maybe touched or worked with or been near to that does not seem to be unwell yet?
I've seen two. Yeah, I think I've seen two people that don't seem to have the infection, and they're both over there. Heavy drinkers, you see.
Ah, right, I see. I will wander across to these uninfected people.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, they're sat in the corner just drinking, old fellas. You know, the type that's at Weatherspoons at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Right, gotcha, yeah.
Those guys.
Hello, my name is Mazdak of the Investigators, and we I'm definitely making that a thing, by the way. I have chosen. So we are trying to find the source of this infection that many people and you, gentlemen, do not appear to have been infected at all. And we were just wondering, what's your secret? What are you doing that's different to everyone else?
No, I don't seem to have the infection.
Oh my lord, really?
That would piss him off.
Yeah, I mean, is Grumpy Bear anywhere near you? Because you are about to be stabbed, you know that, right?
I just heard the vacuum go on, so I thought, now's my chance.
Yeah, this is being recorded. You're dead.
So, I don't know if I have a secret other than keep myself topped up, you know?
Lubricated with alcohol.
Yeah.
I see. Okay. That's a... I'm not sure we should recommend that everybody lubricate with alcohol. But it is interesting. It is indeed interesting. And both you gentlemen have been around Lannis, for example, and other people that are infected?
The other guy's kind of just swaying a little bit. Looking very glassily towards you. But the guy who spoke before. Yeah, we've been in for, I don't know, what do you think? Yeah, it's been about 3 days. We've been here.
I see, okay. And during that time you have touched or spoken with other people?
Yeah.
I see. Okay, thank you, gentlemen. You're most accommodating, and I will.
Play some dominoes with me.
No, thank you for your kind offer, but I will buy you a drink.
Oh, thank you.
And I will signal to Lannis. Two more of whatever these gentlemen are drinking.
Right.
Thank you. And how much do you need money for that, Lannis?
It's like four silver. I think I'll do
Okay,
it.
I will get 4 silver out and give them to.
Thank you.
Thank you. It does seem that drinking alcohol seems to be a possible prevention. Although that does seem rather unwise. But anyway,
Yeah.
I will.
I can't carry on working while I'm pissed, so I don't think
No,
I'll
perhaps
stick to the water. I think.
I will speak with the doctor and find out if there is a better way.
Okay.
Mazdak used to work in a tavern, so
Yeah.
he kind of is familiar with these guys that drink all day.
Yeah.
And he's not sure that's a really good idea, but it's evidence, so he's going to go back to Remy with this evidence.
It is evidence.
Yeah.
So the pair of you heading upstream,
Yep.
way up to where the camp was.
Yeah.
So what are you going to look around for?
Right, so I don't want to actually specifically look at the bodies because we know they're dead and they've been stabbed and what have you, and we know they're infected.
Yeah.
I'll look around the camp and see if I can see anything that's weird. Look around the area within, I don't know, 500 meters of the camp to see if I can see anything that might be a cause of this. Because if this is patient zero sort of thing, we want to find out why.
Yeah, I'll be sort of leaning into that sort of aspect. I want to do like a perimeter search of the camp, looking for tracks, see if anything brought to this camp.
Okay. Well, both make perception checks.
12.
21.
21. Dalen, you have a good look around. It looks very much the same as what you saw the other day. You're not picking up on any new information there. 21 from Bivnox. You were looking for tracks.
Yeah.
Of what?
Anything that's if there's like humanoid tracks or animal tracks that have got into the camp. So has a creature gone in and bitten these people and caused them to have the disease, or have people brought it in? So tracks leading into the camp, especially.
Yeah. Okay. You do see some tracks. They're probably a few days old, 3 or 4 days old. Could well be the original hunting party that had taken these people out. While you're looking around, you see 2 other things. One is a creature. One of these enormous herbivorous creatures. Not enormous, but well, to you it probably is. It's got a big solid bone plate on its face and a couple of 3 horns that are coming out of it. It's not doing any harm. It's just sort of wandering around, eating some grass. It's got a pack on its back, so it was probably one of the tame creatures that these villagers seem to have.
Okay.
The other thing that you see, it is over by the river. So it's eating the grass that's at the banks of the river, drinking the water. Whilst you're looking that way, there's a sort of splurge. The river's pretty smooth, but there's movement in the water as if there's a big rock under the water and it's sort of splashing around it. But as you look closer, it's not a rock. It's one of the bodies of the of the tribespeople.
And could I deduce that this stream is running towards the village?
It absolutely is. It's connected from the spring in the mountain down this side, through this village, through to the town, out to the ocean.
I'll call Dalen over.
Yes.
Dalen. I'll just point at the body in the river.
Ah,
I think that's our source.
if that is infected, that will be the source. We should try and get it out. Can I get a big branch or something and try and drag it out the stream?
We can give it a go. I'm sure you can find a big branch around.
Although, oh no, because if we thought I was infected through touch, but if I'm not infected, I might be infected anyway through touch, who knows. But yeah, I'll try and get some sort of branch or small tree and try and lever it out or drag it out in some way.
Okay. The giant creature doesn't want you going near it. So he's sort of being a bit protective of
What's in the river?
Master.
All right. That's on the other side of the river anyway, isn't it?
I didn't specify.
Oh, no, I thought you did. Oh, never mind.
Well, if Dalen's trying to get this body out, I'll just go and pat the creature, try and calm it down.
Okay. If you want to make an animal handling check to see if you can maybe move it away a bit.
6.
It's not happy. It sort of tries to sort of butt you a bit. Doesn't make contact with you, but just a warning shot. Well, we're over on a little bit. Do we want to just leave it there with you guys trying to figure out how to
Yeah.
Absolutely.
body out? Mazdak investigating why these two drunkards don't seem to have a problem. So the information may tie up.
It may indeed. Pretty
Yeah.
sure we all know what's going on, but our characters don't. Cool, right, okay. Thank you all very much. Thank you, Martin. Really good fun, as always. We, of course, will be back here on Tuesday for our Helleran Rising campaign, which will be episode 47, I believe.
Wow.
That's a lot. And then, of course, we are having a couple of weeks off of this campaign, so we better make sure our notes are up to date for when we come back. We've got a couple of things coming up following 2 Sundays, so we won't be here. But obviously, check out all of the other channels that we follow because they're all really good fun. So thank you all very much for watching. Thank you very much for Martin for DMing and my fellow players for playing. It's always a pleasure. And we will see you all very soon. Bye bye.
Bye.